how to get rid of social anxiety without therapy. Social anxiety is crippling. It keeps you from interacting with others in a way that you really want to. It keeps you stuck on the sidelines of life, watching everybody else have all the fun. You know you are valuable. You know you've got a lot to offer to somebody. You know you are intelligent, kind, funny, and supportive. But unless you market yourself, nobody is going to know this. Unless you feel comfortable starting conversations with strangers, you'll be forever passed by for those that do. The good news is that there is a very easy way out of this self-imposed trap. And in this video, you will learn how. The only drawback is this is not going to be a quick fix. This isn't based on an idea or a philosophy that you only need to understand and it will quickly fix everything. Yes, social anxiety is easy to fix, but it will take time. It will take persistence. It will take dedication, and it will be very, very boring, but it won't require you to do anything that is too much. You don't need to walk across hot coals or force yourself to approach hundreds of people per day. In fact, it's a good idea to think about this like physical exercise. Getting into decent physical shape takes time. It takes consistency and persistence. And guess what? The biggest cause of failure among those who want to get into shape is doing too much too soon. They race on ahead, they get burned out, and then they quit. Then they gain some weight, get disgusted with themselves, and start the cycle all over again. So take your time. Don't do too much. Do things that seem only just a teeny tiny bit outside of your comfort zone. For example, I bought a motorcycle about a year ago, and for the first couple of months, I got really nervous when I started going over 30 or 40 miles an hour. It was something I'd never experienced before, but the guy at my local bike shop said that's completely normal. When you start riding, at least for some people, it can be intimidating. But as you slowly go faster and faster, it becomes less intimidating. Not only does it get less intimidating, but it becomes more and more fun. The same will happen for you. But before we start, let's discuss why you have social anxiety. The truth is that everybody has social anxiety to some degree. But since we rarely talk about this with others, it's very easy to imagine that we are the only ones that have this problem. That this social anxiety, that this fear of talking to strangers is some kind of an indication that you're broken somehow, that you're not like other people. You are not broken and you are not alone. Why? Because everybody has the same experiences that create social anxiety. It all started when you were very, very young, before you were even self-aware. If you have kids or you know people that have kids, you'll understand exactly why this happens. When you learned to walk, the world was a fascinating place. Your brain was programmed to soak up as much data as you could possibly get. Colors, sounds, tastes. You were compelled by your brain to get as much as that data into your brain through experiences as you possibly could. And it was fun running around and experimenting in the world. But to the adults who were supposed to take care of you, it was a nightmare. So what did this do? You had this burning desire inside your brain, a desire that says, get out there and experience stuff. And much more often than not, whenever you did that, a very stern adult voice told you, no, that is bad. And this simple structure was repeated a cajillion times in the first few years of your life. Your desire for the stuff out in the world was always met with a very fierce, very stern, sometimes angry no, pushing you back. I mean, how the heck were you supposed to know that you're not supposed to dump a bag of flour on the carpet? So here you are today, and every time you have a desire that compels you to get out into the world and interact with other people, it invites memories of that no response that you got a cajillion times. Not exactly the memories themselves, but all those emotional feelings that were associated with those early childhood experiences that happened before you were completely self-aware. And because everybody has had a cajillion of these same experiences, Everybody has social anxiety to some degree. You are not alone. So how do you fix it? Very, very slowly. This won't be scary, but it will be very boring. Exercise of any kind is boring. If you want to become a world-class guitar player, you're going to have to suffer through a lot of boring practice. If you want to be a world-class anything, you're going to have to suffer through a lot of very boring practice. So, how do you practice? Spend time in social situations. Instead of studying at home or at the library or at school, find a busy coffee shop to study in. Purposely go to crowded places whenever you can. Spend plenty of time around other people. Slowly getting comfortable with eye contact is a great way to practice social comfort. Take your time. Eye contact, maintained eye contact with a smile, eye contact with a smile and a head nod. Go through simple progressions like this. Join any kind of club where you can talk to strangers on a regular basis. Volunteer for any kind of organization where you can talk to strangers. Remember, all these are simple exercises that you can do regularly to slowly increase your levels of social comfort. Go as slowly as you need to. Do not rush yourself. Just imagine now if you did this for an entire year, consistently and persistently, and that in a year from now, you would become socially fearless. What kinds of things would you be able to do if you were socially fearless? What kind of life will you lead when you become socially fearless? What kind of relationships will you enjoy once you become socially fearless? Yes, these exercises are boring and tedious. You'll be very tempted to give up. You've probably got much better things to do than find a crowded place to sit and read a book just so you can occasionally glance up and make eye contact with people. But stay focused on the end goal. Keep your eyes on the prize of living a socially fearless life where you can easily stroll up to anybody you see and start a conversation about anything. Go slow. Be consistent, be patient, and you will eventually get rid of your social anxiety. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. To learn more, please visit mindpersuasion.com.